welcome to my channel. In today's video, we will discuss about particle accelerators. So, till now, I suppose you know about the nuclear radius, that is the size of the nucleus, and the constituents of the nucleus that it make of proton and neutron. Existence of neutron. A good question you might ask that how all these observables are observed. Now the answer to this question is via particle accelerator. If you are biologist, you may ask for the microscope to see the tiny viruses and bacteria through a microscope, but these constituent particles are of the order of 10 raised to power minus 15, so no such powerful microscope is available to us. Let us understand how the particle accelerator act as a microscope for a physicist to see all these tiny constituent particles of the matter. Now go back 80 years to a very famous Rutherford scattering experiment. In this experiment, Rutherford used the polonium source to get the alpha particles and make a fine beam to bombard these alpha particles on the gold foil. Now what happened to the alpha particles near a single gold atom? Here is the divergence of the alpha particle. The alpha particle which are very close to the nucleus retraces its path, and which are farther away from the nucleus slightly deviated from the original path. From the divergence pattern of the alpha particle, we came to know because the alpha particle itself are positively charged, so there must be some positive core inside the atom. The observation from the Rutherford scattering experiment results in the planetary model inside the atom. Here, the alpha particle has not enough energy to just reach the nucleus or break the nucleus apart. So the observation of the scattered particles help us to understand the inside picture of the atom. The fact is how bombarded particles reach inside the atom. Without the particle accelerator, we reach the planetary model of the atom, but with the advancement in the particle accelerator, we are able to find the nuclear radius and even the constituents of the nucleus. To get some more information about how particle accelerator help us to find the nuclear radii, you can check my video on finding nuclear radii. So the particle accelerator provides force on the charged particle by some combination of electric and magnetic field, brings the ions to very high speed and increase the kinetic energy. Here are the types of the particle accelerator on the basis of the method of acceleration. The first type is electrostatic accelerators and the second type is electromagnetic accelerators. In electrostatic accelerators, there is a static electric field. Source of the ion is placed in this static high electric field to accelerate the ions and to increase their energy. Cockcroft-Walton circuit is basically a voltage multiplier circuit to increase the potential difference between 2 points to a very high value, consequently electric field. Similarly, Van de Graaff generator also increase the potential of a surface to a very high value, but both uses extremely different way to obtain high potential difference. Electromagnetic accelerators use the oscillating electric and magnetic field or both in order to increase the velocity of the charged particle. Linear accelerator, cyclotron, betatron, synchrotron are examples of the electromagnetic accelerators. There is also another division of the particle accelerators on the basis of the energy of the extracted particles. If the energy of the extracted particles is of the order of 10 to 100 million electron volt, then they are said to be low energy accelerators. 100 to 1000 million electron volt, then middle, and if greater than 1000 million electron volt, then high energy accelerators. Here, the Cockcroft-Walton circuit and Van de Graaff generator provide the energy of the extracted particle between 10 to 100 million electron volt, and linear accelerator, cyclotron and betatron provide energy 10 to 1000 million electron volt. Now one more thing is how to find the velocity of the particle if the energy of the particle is known. If the energy is non-relativistic, that is very less than the velocity of the light, then this formula will give you the velocity. But if the velocity is relativistic, that is the velocity of the particle close to velocity of the light, then this formula will give you the expression of the velocity. Here p is the momentum of the particle, which is mv, and from here you will get the velocity of the particle. For electron, we must use this expression because electron are very easily accelerated to high velocity close to the velocity of the light. For proton, having energy greater than 450 million electron volt, this formula gives you the exact answer. For electron, we can also ignore m0 square c4 term because the rest mass energy of the electron is very less as compared to p square c square. So the expression for the electron to find the velocity becomes E is equals to pc, where p is mv. So with the use of the particle accelerator, we can perform various scattering experiments to know the size of the nucleus, electronic state of the nucleons, and start a nuclear reaction or study the constituents of the nucleus. So in this way, a particle accelerator acting as a microscope to a physicist. So in the last, I am just including the energy gained by the charged particle in electrostatic accelerators. Here you have a battery connected to a parallel plates, and this is the ion source, and there is a target. So the electric field here is equals to V by D by the definition, and the force is given by electric field into the charge of the charged particle. If the ions are alpha particles, then there you have 2e, and if they are some other ions having charge plus 3e or 4e, then there you have 4e. But in general, if it has charge z, then there you have z into e. So work done on the particle is given by force into displacement is equals to the force E Z E into the distance. Here the electric field is given by V by D, Z E into D. After solving, we will get V Z E. This is the energy gained by the charged particle in joule. If you want this energy in electron volt, you have to divide the energy by the electronic charge. So the result becomes Vz electron volt. So by knowing the potential between the plates in the Cockcroft-Walton circuit and the Van de Graaff generator, you are able to find the energy gained by the charged particle. So the energy gained by the charged particle in electrostatic accelerator is given by Vz, and the energy gained by the charged particle in the electromagnetic accelerator, it will be discussed in the another video. So this is all about the particle accelerators. So thank you.